So good morning, everybody. We're going to begin cross-legged. So just come to sit comfortably and close your eyes. We'll wait for a couple of minutes to see if other people join us. And as you sit, start to lengthen your breath. Feeling your sit bones grounding down, either into a cushion or into the floor. And as you feel that grounding down into the earth, also feel the energy coming up through your spine, lengthening the spine, lengthening the back of the neck, and feeling the energy coming out of the crown of your head. And as you breathe, feel the energy that you're cultivating from the breath moving through your spine and out from your spine, around your body and around you. Feeling a sense of space coming into the spine and space coming into the mind. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms meet overhead, and exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale for arm. Namaste, good morning. Today we're building on from what we began yesterday, which means we're going to do work with our hips and work with our legs and work with our shoulders, because we're building up throughout the classes this week to some particular poses where those are going to be key. So we're going to start this morning in Padmasana, and Padma means lotus. Asana means pose. So we're going to start in lotus pose, which if that's not within your practice, that's totally fine. Maybe you can come into Ardha Padmasana, which is half lotus, which is where you just bring one foot into the crease of your opposite hip. And if you want to support the knee with something, that's fine, otherwise it can float. If it's within your practice, of course, then take the other foot into the other hip crease, so that your feet are crossed over in front of your lap. I appreciate it's first thing in the morning and this may be especially uncomfortable right now. So don't worry if you can't get it, you can also sit in any comfortable seat. But I wanted to take this moment to connect in this pose because lotus is obviously incredibly important to Hindu mythology and also to yoga. So the lotus flower symbolizes spiritual awakening. The lotus has its roots in the ground, in the mud, and that's the material part of the world. That's where we're in our bodies, and so that's very similar to the asana practice of yoga. And then the lotus flower moves through water, which is growth and change, which is what we want to experience through our practice. And then it opens up into the light, and that represents the spiritual awakening. So this is why the lotus is so important. And Padmasana is one of only two poses which are mentioned in ancient yogic scriptures. So it's the first pose mentioned over 1,000 years ago. So this is the oldest asana that we know of that's been written down in yoga. So it's a very important pose, and it's actually really all that the asana practice is trying to work towards is being able to be comfortable in seated positions like this for meditation. So we'll start here, and it's something to work towards if you're not there yet. We're also going to bring our hands into a lotus mudra. So the pinky fingers come together and the thumbs come together, and then push the bottoms of your hands together and open the fingers up. And close your eyes and try to visualize all that I just said about the importance of this beautiful flower, all it represents. And it represents the same in Thailand, in Vietnam, and in other countries where the lotus flower is prevalent within nature. It has similar meanings. So try to bring that into your awareness now, this sense of grounding down, growing up, and reaching to the sky, awakening. And in this mudra, imagine your intention for the week growing out between your hands, out through the fingers, which are representing the lotus petals, and out into the world around you. Release the hands, open the eyes, and we'll come into Padmasana on the other side. So whichever leg you started with, switch. Of course, if you're in Ardha Padmasana, also switch, or any seated pose, also switch. And from here, we're just going to start to get into our shoulders. So reach the right arm up, bend the arm, bring the left hand behind you and see if you can take the bind. And if you can't reach the hands together, that's no problem, but you will want to have either a strap or a piece of material by you today, which you can use to, let me show you, to hold when we're coming into these binds, so that you can still actively pull the arms away from each other without having to take the bind. So make sure you have that near you. And then release the arms. Let's do the other side. Left arm up. And it's important to have something that you can hold on to. And even your t-shirt is enough. Just don't pull so hard you rip it open. Because it means that we can then create space in the chest and the shoulders whilst we're in the bind. Release the arms, and then if you're in Padmasana, let's gently come out. So you release one foot, then the other foot, and everyone come to all fours. Step the right foot forward, hands on the knee, tuck the left toe, push yourself up, come to stand at the front of the mat. Also, I've got 2 blocks here. If you needed them yesterday, then I imagine you'll need them today, but hopefully you're already set up. If not, you can get books or something that you can use to help push your hands into the floor if your hands don't quite reach the floor already. And we will begin with 4 rounds of Sun Salutation 1. So inhale, reach the arms up, and then engage your core and think about lengthening through the spine, pushing the sit bones back as you come down into Uttanasana. You can bend the knees. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, step the right leg back, step the left leg back. You can drop your knees or Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to add into this sun salutation some hip rotations on the right side. So push your left foot down, lift your right leg up, bend the right knee, and then move the right knee down, out and around, so that you're getting that rotation in the hip flexor. Release the right leg back down. Step the left foot between the hands. Step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, extend. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Other side, inhale, reach up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left leg back, right leg back, knees down or elbows to the chest, chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. I probably should have given us a couple of breaths here before. Sorry, I forgot that it is not afternoon where you are. So let's just take a moment in downward dog, lifting the heels up and down, bending the knees back and forth. Whatever is a nice, easy way for you to come into this pose today. Moving the shoulder blades away from each other so you can bring the elbows in towards each other and then extend them out. Pushing down evenly between the hands and the feet. Inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the knee and bring the knee down, open it out. Rotating the left hip flexor. Drop the left leg back down. Step the right foot between the hands. Left foot forward. Inhale. Rise up. Hands can be on your thighs, your calves or the floor, but wherever they are, roll the shoulders back away from your ears. Fold forward. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Two more, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Down dog. Bend the knees, you can step or you can jump between the hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samastiti. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Halfway lift. Step or jump. And then let's stay in plank. So you can stay here, engaging the core, pushing the heels back, or do some press-ups, push-ups, push-ups. So as if you were coming into chaturanga, but then pushing straight back up. Staying with your breath and pushing back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands, step or jump forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, exhale, Samastiti. Take a couple of moments with your eyes closed. Maybe you want to come back into that lotus mudra if that felt meaningful for you before. That helped you to connect with your intention. Or hands in Anjali mudra, also a beautiful moment to pause and listen. Open the eyes. Inhale, let's come into Utkatasana chair pose. So, sink the sit bones down, the hips down, tuck the tailbone so you can engage the core, weight coming into your heels, lift the toes and lift the chest. Inhale, extend, and exhale, fall forward. Step or jump back, one push up, and chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, extend through the right leg. Try to keep your hips square, very nice. Really nice, yes. And then look between your hands, start to bend the right knee, and you're going to step it outside the right hand. If you can't step it all the way, step it halfway, bring your right elbow underneath it, and move the foot to the outside of the mat, the outside edge of the mat. And then bring the right hand inside the leg. So we are back here in lizard pose. It's going to feel very different for all of us. We'll start with our arms extended. Push back through the left heel and lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the chest. Inhale, lift the right leg back up. Extend that leg. Exhale, step it outside the right foot. Again, lift the leg up. Exhale, step it outside the right hand. One more time, extend the leg and step it outside the right foot. So now maybe you want to bring blocks or books or a cushion where your hands are, and you have the option to drop the elbows onto those, or you can stay with your arms extended. You want to be experiencing the opening on the right outer hip and through the right side of the groin and into the right upper thigh. Keep pushing down with your right foot. Try to keep the right knee coming in towards your right shoulder. Move the blocks away if you have them and come onto both arms extended and stay here, or we have the option to vamp up the strength factor of the class a little bit. So kind of bounce into your hips, and then you're going to jump the right leg back as you jump the left leg forward. So you switch legs. And kind of bounce a minute here on the left side. You want to push really firmly down with your hands so that you're kind of rolling the back. And you're going to need to use your core to jump back to the right side. This is optional, just if you're feeling like you want to really make a workout of it. Back on the left side. Okay, let's do 4 more of those jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 5, because we want to be back on the right side. So, back in lizard on the right side. Drop the left knee. And extend the right leg, point your right toes towards you, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey. Lengthen through the spine, pull the right hip back, and then slide your right leg back, slide your hands back so that your sit bone comes onto your left heel. Inhale. Exhale, start to fold forward. So you can feel the stretch maybe in your IT band, which is the muscles in the inside of your right leg. And then shift up so that you can sit down inside your left leg. So you come into a virasana on your left side, which means the left foot is outside the hip, and both sit bones are on the floor. Take hold of the right foot and bring it into your left hip. Try to bring the right knee down. So it's kind of like Padmasana, but the left leg is behind us now. Reach the right arm forward and bring it behind you. And can you take hold of the right toe? If not, doesn't matter, hold the right hand around your waist. And bring the left hand onto your right knee. Twist over your left shoulder. Inhale to look forward. Release both hands. Release the right leg. Extend it back in front of you. Push yourself up with the right toes facing forward and bring your left heel in line with the right foot heel, and you're in warrior one legs. So the left toes are pointing like 40 degrees, right toes facing forward. And then inhale, bend the right knee, come into warrior one. So our hips are facing the front of the mat, pushing down firmly with the left foot and bending gently into the right foot. We're going to bend the right elbow and bring the left hand behind you, maybe taking the bind, or take hold of your prop if you have one, that's going to let you get more into the shoulders. Release the right arm up, bring that behind you, clasp the hands together, pull them away from you, open your shoulders. And then start to fold forward, bringing your right shoulder outside your right knee. So you're coming inside the right knee. So you're dropping your head inside the right leg. Pull the arms away from you. Then use the arms to lift your torso back up. And you're going to come up now with the front leg extended. Bring both hands onto your hips, make sure they're square. And I need to close my legs a little bit, you may want to as well in a minute. See? Extend the left arm up and hinge from the hips. And then you're going to drop your left hand down, either inside the right foot, you may need a block, or you can bring a block outside the right foot, and it can be at any height. And then twist your chest over to face the right side, right hand on your sacrum. Push down with the right big toe, pull the right hip back, and extend the right arm up. We are in revolved triangle pose, Pravita Trikonasana. Legs are super strong. Use your core to stay balanced. And then drop the right arm back down. And inhale, bend the right knee, come back into warrior one. Bring your hands to your heart center as you step your way into the right leg and extend into warrior three. So that right foot has to be super grounded. Engage your core. And then bend the left knee. Come to stand up with your right knee bent. Take hold of the knee. Pull it in towards your chest. Lengthen through that right leg. Take hold of the left toe, and you can stay here or extend the left leg in front of you. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. Extended hand to the toe. And then turn the foot out to the left side. Whether your knee is bent or straight, doesn't matter. Open your left hip. Look over your right shoulder. Beautiful. Bring it back in. Release the foot. Can you hold it there for just a moment? And release. Shake the legs out. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step or jump back. One push up. And then chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Other side now. Lift the left leg up and step it outside your left hand. Inhale, lift it up. Step it outside. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step through. Inhale, lift. And exhale, step. We're going to stay here, coming into lizard on the left side. Pushing out through the right heel. Left knee towards the right shoulder. Take a moment here to check in. And then either coming onto the blocks or dropping the elbows down. Listen to your left hip. Can you send breath there? Looking good. And inhale, come back onto your hands. Drop the back knee. Extend the left leg. Come into Ardha Hanumanasana. Drop the chest down. And then pull your leg and your hands back. Sit on your right heel. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up. Shift your hips so that they're both sit bones on the floor. Bring the right foot outside the right heel. And bring the left foot into the right hip. Bring a cushion onto the knee if it's floating. Reach the left arm forward and bring it round behind you, either bringing it onto your right torso or taking hold of the left toe. Right hand to the right knee and twist over your left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Extend the left leg in front of you. Come to stand up. Right foot, right heel in line with the left heel. Left toes pointing forwards, right slightly out to the side. Bend the left knee and rise up into warrior one. Bend the left elbow and take the bind, either with a prop or with your hands. Opening the chest. Pushing down with the right foot. Down with the left toe. Squaring the hips. Reach the left arm behind you. Clasp the hands in the way that feels wrong. Pull the arms away from you. Open the chest. Hinge from your hips. Come forward. Lengthen through the spine. And then bring the left shoulder inside the left knee. Head coming towards the floor. Keep pushing into your back foot. Use the arms to pull your torso back up. Straighten the left leg. Hands on your hips. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Hinge from the hips. Pull the left hip back, and then either using a prop or not, you can bring your right hand either inside or outside the left foot. Left hand onto the sacrum. and twist over to the left side. So if your hand isn't comfortably on the floor, you can make a fist. That will give you a bit more height and still allow you to push into the floor with the right hand. Or of course use a block or a book, because you want to be able to push into the floor to help you open your chest. Maybe you can extend the arm. Strong back leg, pull the left hip back, and then drop the left arm down, rise back up into warrior one, bend into your left knee and extend into warrior three. Bend the knees, bring the right knee in towards the chest. Take hold of the knee with both hands, pull the knee in. Stay here or take hold of the toe with the right hand and extend. Let the right leg come out towards the right side and look over your left shoulder, so opening the right hip, whether the knee is bent or extended. Beautiful. And then bring the right leg back, point the toe, extend, and release. Shake the legs out. So we're going to repeat that, but moving a bit quicker because we know exactly what we're doing now. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift the right leg up and step it through into lizard. Dropping onto the elbows using the blocks, or maybe you can come all the way down. Stay here for 5 breaths. Come onto your hands and see if you can bring the right shoulder underneath the right knee and extend both arms out either side of the mat, looking forward. And then release. Heel toe the right foot in between the hands and step the left foot forward, preparing for warrior one. Bend the right knee and rise up, warrior one. Bring the hands onto the hips and lift the chest. Start to come forward and bring the right hand down to the floor. And then from here, see if you can bring the right shoulder underneath the right knee. And then turn the right hand up, extend the left arm, see if you can take the bind. If you have got the bind, then yes, keep the right knee bent for now. Open the left shoulder up. And then drop both arms down. Bring the right arm outside of the right knee. Rise up, extend the right leg. Hinge forward, preparing for a revolved triangle. So, taking your prop if you need one, right hand to right sacrum. And you can stay in revolved triangle with the left hand down, or maybe you can find a bind here. So you bring the left hand underneath the right leg and see if you can grip there. If not, stay working in revolved triangle. And release. Come back up into warrior one. Lift up into warrior three. And let's skip the standing balance. Drop the left foot, feet together. Inhale, lift up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. Lift the left leg up and step it outside your left foot, coming into lizard. Dropping the arms down or staying on your arms or coming onto the blocks. Five breaths here. And really think about steadying your breath. Come up onto your hands and then see if you can bring the left shoulder underneath the right knee. Extend both arms out and look forward, lift the chest. Beautiful. Bring the hands in, heel toe the left foot between the hands. Step the right foot forward, preparing for warrior one. And inhale, rise up, warrior one. Bring the hands onto the hips. Lift the chest and fold forward. Drop the left hand inside of the left foot and see if you can bring that left arm underneath the knee. If you can't bind, stay here and think about bringing the shoulder as far as possible as you can onto the knee. Otherwise, take the bind, drop the head. Firm with the back leg. Open the right shoulder up. So you're looking to your right side or maybe up to the ceiling. Release the arms, bring the left arm outside of the left leg. Extend the left leg and rise up. Square the hips. Reach forward. Drop the right hand, bring the left hand onto the sacrum. Right hand either on a block, find your variation for a revolved triangle. And this is, I find this really difficult, so by all means stay here. And remember that you need to push actively into the right hand in order to twist open. And if you want to come into the bind, then woo! Find your way into that now, bringing the left hand round the leg and opening. Pull the left hip back. And woohoo, release. Bend the left knee, warrior one. Bend into the leg, lift the right leg up. Warrior three. It's quite nice that warrior three feels easy after all of this twisting and binding. It's refreshing. And then close the legs together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Close your eyes, maybe finding your lotus mudra. Catching your breath and visualizing this representation of the lotus growing out of the base chakra, the material world, the mud at the bottom of the pond, growing up through the water, representing change and growth, and then out the crown of your head, out into the sunlight, symbolizing this beautiful awakening. Open your eyes. And let's come into chair pose. Drop the hips down as far as you can. This is our last standing pose, so make it count. Sink the hips low, tuck the tailbone, engage the core, lift the toes, push the knees together. Maybe you can bring your hands together in line with your ears and look up. Sink low. And then release the arms in front of you. Come onto your toes and start to sink the hips down towards your heels. And then wrap your arms around your knees, giving yourself a big, big squeeze. And then bring the hands behind you, rock back. Come to seated with your legs extended in front of you. So, both feet are active. Bend the right knee. Take hold of the outer edge of the right foot with the left hand and extend the right leg. Bring the right hand next to, your knee can be bent or straight, sorry. Bring the right hand next to the left hand and then open the right arm out and back behind you. Look over your right shoulder. Active with the left foot. Bring the right hand back and bend the right knee and drop the right knee away from you. So we're going to come into archer's pose. Take hold of your left toe, and then you can either take hold of the right toe or maybe hold over the top of the right foot. The elbow comes by the knee to outside, and then you lift the right leg up as if you were pulling back on a bow and arrow. You can keep the left leg active and then take hold of the foot with both hands. And then start to extend up, bringing the foot closer towards your head. And release. You can either repeat that or we'll do the arm balance that we did a few weeks ago, where you take hold of the outside of the right foot and bend, and then bring the right shoulder underneath the right knee, like a backpack. See if you can hitch it up a bit higher. And we just done lots of work with that hip, so maybe it feels looser than before. Then start to clamp the leg around the top of the arm or the shoulder. Point the right toe and bring your hands to the floor. Push down. Lift the hips up, and maybe you can lift the left foot up. Release. Extend the right foot, shake the legs. And we'll repeat on the other side. So take hold of the outer edge of the left foot. Extend the left foot, or you can keep a bend in the knee. Bring the left hand next to the right hand and open up behind you. Look over the left shoulder. Bring the left hand back and bend the left knee. Square the hips, take hold of the right big toe. Drop the left knee out. Take hold of the left toe or wrap the hand around the top of the left foot, coming into archer's pose. Maybe release the right hand, take hold of the foot and pull it up. And release. You can repeat this or take hold of the outer edge of the left foot and then bring that knee on top of your left arm. You can use the left hand to lift the calf higher and maybe higher. And then when you're happy, clamp the leg down onto the arm really, really strongly. That's going to be core to the foundation of the pose. Bring both hands just a little bit in front of your hips. Push down with the hands, and first option is just to lift the hips, point the left toe. And from here, maybe you can lift the right foot. And release. Woohoo, nice work, guys. So, we're going to come back into Padmasana, lotus pose, or your variation. But maybe try it if it feels like it's something that is close for you, because we have just done a lot of work with the hips. And we're actually going to close the class here with a chant of Om. We're going to do one more pose after that, and then I'm going to leave you in Shavasana. But we will still officially close the class with Om now. So inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale for Om. So the last transition that we're going to do is peacock pose, Mayurasana, which is also one of the oldest known poses in yoga. And Emily taught me this. Thanks, Emily. So if you're in lotus, stay in lotus. Otherwise you can still try it. But if you're in lotus, first you need to shift yourself up onto your knees. But if you're in seated, maybe you can also come into this. So for me, I need to turn my fingers to face towards me. But if you have shorter arms, it might be easier to have the fingers facing forwards. I have quite long arms. Then you're going to bend the elbows, and you need to bring your arms outside of your boobs, and then start to rock the weight onto the elbows. And then lift the hips up and push back to release the cross of your legs. So we'll go through that one more time. So if you're, cross your legs and then come up onto your knees. So even if you're cross-legged, still come like this. Bring the weight onto your elbows and lift the knees and extend the legs. And then you can come into plank, do a final vinyasa to open, push back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees, step the right leg out, cross the legs, extend the legs in front of you, reach forward and roll back, releasing down into Shavasana, where I'm going to close the meeting. So please take a few moments to relax. You've certainly earned a relaxation. But I'm closing the class here because we've run out of time. So if you have something to go and do, then just take a couple of breaths and be on your way. Otherwise, thank you all so much.